All right, y'all, so let's talk about this. So, I just saw a video of Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo in this video says that he's coming back and that Al Heyman spoke to him and that basically his next opponent will be Tim Tszyu at 160 pounds. I said, okay. Jermell hasn't fought in 3 years, and you never know what a person is still capable of doing, what they've lost, what they've maintained. He's 36 years old. Tim Tszyu is 31. It's not a bad person to come back against. And, for Jermell, last time we saw him, he got, pretty much he got beat by Canelo, and he didn't leave the ring swollen, broken, battered up, but he definitely got beat, took a knee, and we don't know what version of Jermell we're going to see. I don't expect to see a prime Jermell. I don't expect to really see a Jermell Charlo that does anything outstanding. Whether he wins or not, we'll see. These guys are getting older. None of these guys are the same fighters that they used to be. What they have left in the tank, that's what we'll see come fight night. Now, the funny thing about that is, I saw a video. I almost made this video the other day, and I didn't. Virgil Ortiz is basically saying that he's going up 260 pounds to fight Jermell Charlo. So I'm going, wait a minute, okay. Something I missed, obviously, with him in Boots the past couple of weeks or so. So he says he's moving on. This is the thing. He's moving on from the Boots fight. But what happened? What's the fallout? I just saw a video with Robert Garcia. Maybe that part of the video was edited out if they talked about it. And more than likely, when you interview a guy, you talk about everything that's on the table at the time. So I didn't see that. But he says he's moving on from Boots. Okay, so if you're moving on from Boots to fight Jermell, but Jermell is fighting Tim Tszyu, how does this work? So who the hell is Boots fighting? So I'm not hearing enough. I don't know what's going on with these guys, why this fight is not happening now. I do know for Virgil, and this is kind of a thing that I said this, a couple of months ago, and people got as quiet as crickets. I said, this dude started out at 140 pounds, right? So 140, 147, 154, 160. So this is the fourth time he's moving up and has yelped to this challenge for a title. I don't get it. This era is it's easy to walk away from boxing in this era. You get all of this goofy celebrity, Orlando, whatever his last name is, and Ray J, and all of these goofy fights, these circus fights, these silly, nonsensical fights. AJ almost got embarrassed, a couple of weeks ago. Usyk, same thing. Fury, same thing. Just got, just looking bad in his fight. But I mean, what is going on? Then you getting all these wannabe fighters jumping in the ring, and this is entertaining to people. I'm definitely not a part of that crowd. I don't know what it is with these fighters, but it's like I said in the previous video, it's more than likely that a fight won't happen in this era when there's a lot of talk, but the fighters are not cramming for it. If you want something, you make it known you want it, not just to yourself in your head, not just to your team, but for the people, the audience the public, because without them, you have no fight. You have nobody to fight for. You sell no tickets. You get no buy rates for pay-per-view or your streaming services or whatever the hell it's on. But case in point, man, this is weird to me because I don't understand. See, every time I hear Robert Garcia speaking about his fight, of course, when a trainer speaks about his fighter, they're always going to point the finger elsewhere. Which, just be honest, man. Just be honest. What I don't get about this dude, man, is because he keeps going up in weight. Why are you not fighting Boots? Boots is 29. You're 28. How are you both going to fight Jermell? You and Tim Tszyu. Because if he's locked in to fight Tim, if that's the next fight, then you have no fight right away. So who do you fight? And as I said, so who is Boots fighting? Somehow people just find a way to constantly screw up boxing. And this has become a normal thing. And see, what I don't enjoy doing is making these type of videos. And then making 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're not talking about a fight, the build up to a fight. We're not talking about a press conference. We're not talking. All we're talking about is speculation. All we're talking about is what these fighters say, but we have no information as to why. And then even when you hear, like we're hearing that, this is coming from Jermell. This is not coming from another channel or something somebody tweeted. This is coming from Jermell's mouth that he's fighting Tim Tszyu. That's his next fight, and it will be at 168 pounds. So it's obvious he's done with 154, and 160 will be his new weight class. But we hear this. Next week, it might be, now all of a sudden, Jermell Charlo is fighting somebody else. Man, look, this is why boxing's in the position that it's in. But this is what we get. We get news from fighters, and then all of a sudden, especially if everything gets quiet, and you're wondering why it's quiet, then you start doing some digging and poking and find out that the fight's not happening. So I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard anything from Boots, so I don't know why. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know why all of a sudden Ortiz decides to go up to 160. I mean, Dan, usually when people do that, it's because they've won titles in the lower divisions and they just keep going up, trying to rack up on belts and trying to fight the best fighters. Ortiz, man, I don't understand this guy, man. I don't understand like how boxing itself, just as a sport, as a genre, just allow people to urinate down the throat. Okay? Of what feed the boxers, what feeds the fans, what feeds the powers that be to put it all together, and that's the people involved. And whether it's coming from management, whether it's coming from the fighters or whoever it's coming from, these sanctioning bodies, whoever, whatever, it's always somehow, some way, something happens to screw up a potential fight that people will have interest in. So I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to work out. I guess in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, or whatever it may be, some more news will come up about what's actually happening. Because we know Tim Tszyu can't be locked in to fight Jermell, and somehow Virgil Ortiz is also going to fight Jermell. For that to be the case, that means he's going to say, I'm going to 160. I'm just going to stay there and keep my way up there and just wait to see what happens. And it's not like Jermell gave a date, anything, like the fight's anytime soon or something. I don't know when the fight is. A lot of times when you see training videos, you don't know if it's updated or not, unless you can see a difference in the person's face and things of that nature. Something. Or he didn't have that same tattoo last month or something like that. But other than that, you don't really know. And so I don't like to just repeat things. But from what I read and what I heard with my own 2 ears, that's what the case is supposed to be. So I don't know what's going on with Boots. I don't know why Virgil is going up, why the fight's not happening with him and Boots, because that's the last thing I heard about them, is that they were in negotiations. And then from that, to just go to all of a sudden he's going up to 160. No explanation. And then you got, Jermell announcing that he's fighting against Tim Tszyu. So none of this is making sense. I mean, it's bottom line is this. To get the best to fight the best in this era, it's like really, I can't even say it's like playing the lottery, man. I honestly, it's just like, it's so difficult just to get the fights to happen. And then the crazy thing is when you get the fights, it's either a whitewash or a controversial decision. Rarely do you get a back and forth great fight. I mean, it's just one of these things. Somebody on the undercard may have that, but the main events are not what you thought they were going to be. Somebody either don't make weight, somebody pops dirty. It's just something is going to happen to make sure that these fights don't happen. And pretty much that's who we are. And that's all I know. This is all I got for you guys. Catch you guys on the next video.